Origin of the winds. Basically, the wind energy is the kinetic energy associated with the movement of large masses of air. The origin of wind may be traced basically due to the uneven heating of the Earth's surface due to the sun. This may lead to the circulation of widespread winds on the global basis, producing the planetary winds, or may have limited influence in a smaller area to cause the local wind. Basically, due to the uneven heating on the Earth's surfaces, it causes the large masses of the air to move in the particular direction. We call it as a wind. Basically, there are the two main types of winds were available, that is the global wind and local winds. One by one, we're going to see each type of the wind. First, we're going to see the global wind. Basically, when we see the Earth structure, this Earth structure were divided into the number of parts. Basically, the central part, which is the equatorial part, we can say, it is the intertropical convergence zone. Intertropical convergence zone, basically, from the Tropic of Cancer to the Tropic of Capricorn, we can say, this much part is been more exposed to the sun's radiation. So in the daytime, basically, the larger amount of sun's radiation were absorbed by this much amount of length. Basically, on the equator, we can say the larger amount of solar radiation is falling throughout a year. So therefore, it is called as intertropical convergence zone, that is ITCZ. When we go from equator to the Tropic of Cancer, which is from the 0 degree to the 30 degree in the particular range, this is a subtropical high zone. Basically, the ranges between the subtropical high zone and intertropical convergence zone, this is the tropical easterlies. These are the winds flowing. This tropical easterlies, when we see in this animation diagram, this flow is in the clockwise direction, we can say. So from the equator to the Tropic of Cancer, the tropical easterlies were flowing in the clockwise direction. When we go on the upper side, basically, there is a prevailing westerlies, we can say. This prevailing westerlies direction is on this particular zone. So this is also in the clockwise motion, we can say. But these are ranges from the Tropic of Cancer to the northern pole. So from the northern pole, that is a subtropical region, a subpolar region. So this northern pole to the Tropic of Cancer. So there is a prevailing westerlies were flowing. And above the prevailing westerlies, that is a subtropical subpolar low type of pressure. So here is a polar easterlies were flowing. So when we see the direction, basically, this is also in the clockwise direction. From the subpolar low region to the up to the polar region, we can say these winds are called as the polar easterlies. So one by one, we're going to see from the equator, basically, from the equator to the Tropic of Cancer, the tropical easterlies are flowing. From the Tropic of Cancer to the subpolar low region, there is a prevailing westerlies are flowing. This degree, if we measure in the latitude format, basically, so it comes around 60 degree or 66 degree, we can say. Beyond that, there is a polar easterlies are flowing. So basically, this type of winds are called as the global wind. When we see on the downward side, that is the southern hemisphere of the Earth, from the Tropic of Capricorn to the equator, basically, these are the tropical easterlies were flowing. When we see the direction of it, it is in the counterclockwise direction or anti-clockwise direction. From the Tropic of Capricorn, from 30 degree to the 60 degree, that is a subpolar region, these are the prevailing westerlies are flowing. When we see the direction, this direction is also in the counterclockwise direction. From subpolar region to the up to the end of the pole, that is a 90 degree, there is a polar easterlies were flowing. This direction is also in the counterclockwise direction. So basically, there are number of kinds of global winds were flowing over the Earth due to the uneven heating on the Earth's surfaces. These are the tropical easterlies, prevailing westerlies, and polar easterlies. The primary force of global winds is developed due to the differential heating of the Earth at the equatorial and the polar region. As we know, the equatorial region is the hottest region, we can say, and the polar region is the coldest region. In the tropical regions, there is a net gain of heat due to solar radiation, whereas in the polar region, there is a net loss of heat is happening. This means that the Earth's atmosphere has to circulate to transport heat from tropics towards the pole. Spinning of the earth about its axis produces the Coriolis force of action, which is responsible for deviation of air currents towards the west. Basically, when we see this diagram, we found that there is some kind of inclination is happening in the tropical easterlies and tropical prevailing westerlies. Basically, this inclination is due to the Coriolis forces of reaction. Basically, when the earth is moving in the clockwise direction, it is having some kind of angular velocity, and due to which the flow of a wind is inclined towards in the particular direction on the northern and southern hemisphere. This inclination due to the Coriolis force. There is a second component we can say which is responsible for the winds are the local wind. Basically on the land surfaces, when we compare the land surface and the water bodies, the land will getting heat in the quickly as possible. Basically on the daytime, when we compare the land surface and the water body surfaces, whenever the sun's radiation are falling over the land surfaces, it quickly absorbs the heat of the sun's radiation. But when the water body, basically the part of a heat is being utilizes to evaporate the water, and part of the heat is being utilizes to increase the body temperature of the water. So basically in the daytime, the land temperature is higher and the water body temperature is lesser. So therefore, as the water body temperature is lesser, the air which is flowing over this water body is having the higher density, and the air which is flowing over these land surfaces is having the lower density. So as there is a density difference is going to be happened, so the warmer air is going on the upper side and the cold air is coming from the downward side. So when we see the direction of the wind basically over here, so it is happening like in the clockwise direction. From the wind there is a cool sea breeze is coming, and from the land there is a warmer air is going. So likewise circle is been happening. This is called as a local wind. But when we compare these winds in the night time, basically in the night time when the sun's radiation is not there, that time the land is evaporating its heats basically. But as good as in the daytime, when the part of a heat is being absorbed by the water, then water releases this particular heat. As good as the water is releasing the heat, the air which is flowing close to the water bodies is having the lower density, and the air which is flowing on the land masses is having the higher density. So there is again density difference is happening. So the air is going on the upper side on the water body, and air is going on the downward side, there is a land body basically. So in the night time there is a cool land breeze is coming towards the sea, and from the sea there is a warmer air is coming towards the land. So again there is a counterclockwise direction, the local winds are passing. So likewise in the daytime, the clockwise direction we can see over here, the cool breeze is coming from water body and warm breeze is going towards the water body. And so in the night time, the warm breeze is coming from the water body and the cool breeze is going from the land body. So likewise these parameters were responsible for the local wind conditions. Simultaneously, when we compare this diagram with the mountain and the hilly areas, we can say in the daytime these hilly area, the slopes where these slopes are particularly absorbing this heat in the quickly manner basically. As good as the sun's radiation is falling in this direction, some kind of radiation is falling on the diffuse direction and some on the direct direction. So this slope is taking out the heat basically. So this surface will be the warmer surface. As good as this surface will be the warmer, the motion of air is going on the upper side, because this warmer air, when the air is flowing, is absorbing the heat. As good as the air absorbs the heat, its density is decreasing and simultaneously its volume is also increasing. So likewise this air is flowing like this on the upper side, so the wind flow is on the upper side, and likewise the cycle is going over here. So the colder water is going downward and the warmer air is going on the upper side. So likewise these winds were occurring on the mountain side. These are also called as the local wind. When we compare the same figure in the night time, basically in the night time these mountain surfaces releases these heats. So basically these surfaces will be the cold surfaces. As good as this surface will be the cold, it attracts the air masses due to the cold temperature. So likewise the air masses will be coming like this. So again this circle will goes on, or the cycle will be goes on over here. So the cool air is going downward and the warmer air is coming upward. So likewise this cycle will be goes on. So this factor of uneven heating of land and water body, uneven heating on the mounting surfaces, this happens or this creates the local winds parameter over here. One by one the point we will be going to see in the local wind. Basically the localized uneven heating is responsible for the local winds. Local winds are produced due to the two mechanisms. First is the differential heating of the land surface and water bodies due to the solar radiation. During the daytime, the solar energy is readily converted to the sensible thermal energy on the land surface, and this quickly increases its temperature, whereas the water body partly utilizes the heat for evaporation and partly for increasing the water temperature. The land mass becomes the hotter than the water, which causes the differential heating of the air above them and vice versa. Second parameter, as we have seen that the mechanism of local wind in the differential heating of the slopes of the hillsides and that on the lowlands. The slopes heats up due to the day and the cool down during the night more rapidly than the lowlands, and this causes the heated air to be rise along the slope during the day and relatively cool air to flow down at the night. These parameters of uneven heating will create the global wind and local winds parameter.